Inshallah and Ashe, and welcome to Monday's Musing, or Musing Monday. But being that we are in the fluidity of the new moons bring new beginnings, and Jophiel, the angelic being of beauty and artistry and painters, beauticians and artists, hairdressers of all kinds, people that change our self-image, basically. So if Libra or Venus may be in your second house of money, your sixth house of service, even the career house, you're dapper. It really reminds me of the metal, the yin metal, the refined metal of the Rooster, metal that's taken a new form. And Libra rules over things like partnerships, marriage, healing, codependency, teamwork, sociability, harmony, and balance, of course. But Libra, as a cardinal sign, invites us into their world. They're looking into the mirror, looking at you to see if you are looking at them. They invite you to partner with them. And being that we just had the new moon in Libra, so it's like, what emotional waves or tides are you inviting into your emotional field? So the sacral is playing out some invitations, if you will, inviting harmony and balance and so much more. But the moon is still in season, dancing with the sun. However, the cosmic streams are adding some self-beliefs into our Libra container. So you may see the swirl of how your current threads about yourself are in fact affecting your relationship to yourself. It's the factor of me, the I. So any of those outdated self-limiting beliefs that are going to make your gut swell, that don't sit so well in the core of your heart, those are on the docket. They're on the menu. They're on the stage. Some need to be checked off and some need to be removed. But Source is there assisting us to open up. And this is where we put the left hand on our heart, receiving a new way of perceiving, if you will, a new heartfelt desire, shifting our inner world, the mountaintop perspective of what we believe about ourselves authentically to be true. That is nature. So you may feel like shifting or transforming your look. Maybe you want to shave your head, change your appearance with how you see yourself. I literally have seen some ladies shaving their heads, which is great. I did that 25 years ago myself. It's very liberating. Just want to say that out loud. But exploring a higher perspective on what your heart, and I would say your soul also, believes, and relating how we relate to ourselves. And you're going to have an inner knowing of our beliefs, the ones that kind of stir the cosmic soup, and open the door to really welcome in feelings that bring or gift us with harmony and balance, feeling our heart experiences, heartfelt. This is in our inner world. So with the moon doing the dance and feelings flowing into this restorative state of home, being embodied, doing this dance. So with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, which is a merging of it all, coined by my friend Rich when I was in Mongolia. However, my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms and our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic. We all have these, by the way. Into these realms, whether it's elemental, imaginal, into and through the shamanic portal. That's our 8th energetic center, along with the cosmos, the subtle energies, and really so much more, which we've got a lot online today. Even the cards are bringing that in. But I do this with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals, the otherworldly kind, to really add to the sauce of your main stage ingredient within your personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, because how boring would the world be if we were all the same? And just discovering and assisting you into finding or recalibrating your inner genius, that personal medicine, the star that I authentically believe we all are. Really reintroducing you to that magical being, that essence that resides within each and every one of us, as unique as our thumbprint, so that our light shines even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. It does need a facelift, just saying that out loud. But also, if you have yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel or otherwise, please do. And remember, referring a friend, liking and sharing. Authentically heartfelt in my corridor. You can find me on YouTube at Tanya D, and my podcast, Musing with Tanya D. I've been doing that for 6 years now, and maybe a little beyond. And also on Instagram and some private groups as well. But a big shout out to the community, the village, and also my new subscribers. Blessings, Ashe. Thank you for that. I see you and I hear you. Hi, Daryl. Thanks for listening and tuning in. I'll grab a card for you. And also a big shout out to those of you that have been a part of my journey since the beginning. I see you, I feel you, I hear you, I sense you, otherworldly. Gratitude to you as well. And also, if you don't mind, hitting the bell so you are notified. And remember, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. And ironically, I just realized I forgot a little something. So I'm just going to pull this over here. And I crack myself up. I have to get on our little streaming here. Let me find what I need. And put that right there. Oh, there she is. It's pasted. Ding, ding, ding. I got to change my image. Sorry. Having a little glitch. I can't believe I forgot. So these are apparently our options today. Aren't they great? So these are our subtle senses. Let me move them around because I forgot. Welcome to my world. It's great. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there's your choices. So back to my show. The messages to really get you on your way. That's when I recognized I forgot these little guys. The algorithms to really echo out to like-minded musers in the galactic universe. Insights of the other world, the world of spirit, the spirit world, elemental source, and really so much more. You could also find me on TikTok, which if you've been watching me there is quite hilarious. But if you're a TikToker, Ashe, blessings to you as well. But if your soul is nudging you to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, really head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky, where I have a venue of some amazing options to assist you, to guide you, and a private sacred circle, a village, a community to utilize as well. I really am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need an outer world perspective, an otherworldly life coach assistant to get us on our way, get us out of our own way. So with that, just a few announcements. And these are your options, by the way. We've got the seeing sister, our sight, our third eye, our hearing sister, our throat, and our feeling sister, our sacral. Those are your options for the messages today. But again, when one door opens, another one does, or when one door closes, another one does open. And on the energetic highway, it's like, what is the star that you are? So when we begin to merge the energy body, the subtle energetic body in the fields with our physical and our soul, we then become the being, the star that we are. It's in the workings, right? So we have to create this sacred space, and Change Your Stars is on the highway. If you have yet to see that, it's an early bird offering. Super excited to offer that again. And the Musing Moon meditation is in my fluidity. I keep sensing that the new moon was on Saturday, but in reality, it peaked yesterday, which is hilarious, and I'm sorry for that. But it's also on the highway, so you can listen in if you feel called. We're still in the energy of it. And also I have the meditation circle, which is the first Monday of each month. You can also join. This one's for the season of Libra. This is where we open up our heart, our chalice, to receive the blessings of our harmonics and balancing. And if your soul is nudging you, your prime directive, your inner genius, your spirit self, your personal medicine is calling out for a one-on-one. The art of cowrie shell divination, this was brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Patrice Sommet of the Dagara tribe in Dano, Burkina Faso. That's in West Africa. I was with Malidoma in 2020, January of 2020. So he's an African shaman. He's brought this ancient art and these wisdom, these indigenous technologies to the West. That's what his name means, to make friends with the enemy or the stranger. I've been a protege, a student of elders, and I continue to be of service to this wisdom and these indigenous technologies. But your personal medicine, this is discovering your inner genius, the elementals, the realm of our ancestors, the cosmic debris, and those energetic hiccups. Things do happen for us, not necessarily to us, if we're willing to listen. I'm going through my own thing, just saying that out loud. But the main arena of interest is the ancestors, the realm of the ancestors. And then we dive in deeper into the forces of adversity to just see where things are playing out. So be sure to schedule a session if your soul is nudging you to invest in your personal medicine, your inner genius, if you're having an energetic hiccup. And I will be of soul service to you. But with our throat center online for the entire season of Libra, this is our hearing sister, it's Clairaudient, it's our throat center. You may open up to some verbal intuition. And again, I've launched Change Your Stars for the season of Libra, just utilizing our intuitive gifts and our psychic abilities to enhance the star that we are. The star is our heart center. It's the core of our heart. It's our high heart, the spot where divine energy source God connects with streams of light. And it's at an angel number pricing, if you know what I'm talking about there. Numbers carry frequency too. But being that we are in the season of Venus and it's partnering up with ourselves for a change and the energy of our belief structure when it comes to what we heartfelt believe about ourselves to be authentically true, what we believe we are capable of. So this is an optimistic venue. It's opening us up. We're free, however, of if we carry any burdens, any weights about our beliefs in ourselves and being judgmental and whatnot. You know, it's lower frequency vibration. So the energy can pull us down with this weightedness, feeling weighty, heavy on our shoulders. So really flow into your day with being open-minded and allow yourself to literally churn your own soup, your cosmic soup, and be self-understanding instead of self-loathing on whatever the challenge or forces of adversity may be. So we come to this place every year, every season, every day changes, right? But we have this opportunity to really update what we believe about ourselves to be true. And in doing so, one of the consequences is the way we approach and see ourselves as a result or an outcome. So if you believe you are heartfelt optimistic, a positive being of light, then the way you approach yourself is in that same garden of light. You're being heartfelt, optimistic, and positive. So I find that quite curious with my own conditioning that's going on through the airwaves. And I have this over here, so I've got to snip through that, put this here. So on the elemental highway, let me stretch this out. Boy, I got too much happening. Streams of grace, healing. Oh, I probably didn't. Ooh, there we go. Hang on. I'm doing it great today. But on the highway, exploring ourselves in the Libra mirror and inviting ourselves to explore literally how far we have grown over the last year, transforming our perspectives of who we are inside of ourselves. So this really is like what's on the menu, the docket, leaving behind the assets that we no longer believe about ourselves to be true. Usually these are those self-limiting beliefs from our childhood, authority figures who in the end game were the results of creating this cosmic container that we create within ourselves. So just be mindful that a belief is something your heart feels is true. And our mind may have a lot to say because it's spiraling, it's retrograde, Mercury, but it's our heart. That's our core and our sacral. These are the masters of that measuring cup of what you believe heartfelt or not. But on the elemental highway, we've got this yang water horse of a day, a water or a seahorse, right? So we have all of the elementals, and water is rising in prosperity. In the Rooster month, Rooster energy is prosperous right now. But the horse is wealth for a water daymaster and also the partner. So water reflects the sun. This is big water reflecting. There's a balance between the yin and the yang energies today. And the tiger is the birth of the fire. So the hour of the dog, we're going to have a fire trine with the tiger, the horse, and the dog, which is pretty curious. I'm getting my extra boost today. But wealth is bubbling. It's a bubbling spring. Our day is clear. It's shiny like a penny. So this is clarity. This is peace. But our tiger is weak. Tigers represent kindness, but it's going to counterbalance the rooster, which is refining energy, who is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's pruning our tree, the tiger. The rooster is pruning the tiger. It's refined metal. So it's a tool. Maybe the rooster is sitting in the tree. I mean, I've seen that, roosters in trees, right? But we do need a mountain. We need big earth to give direction to that strong water. The yin earth on the month is actually soggy. It's too wet. So we do need fire. We do need some dry earth. So that's our lymphatic system. It's our red blood circulation as well, energetically. Water circulation might be too much as well, but resources coming in. So I would say fire and some dry earth. You could bring in more nature as far as an elemental, but water and metal are excessive, so we don't need more of that. So for sure, fire, dry earth, nature, pruning the harvest, cleaning the leaves, preparing for winter. And on the month, we've got the neighboring god, which is the charmer, moderately efficient. So it's time to be charming, flirting, smooth, polite talkers, talking your way out of the sticky situations with a non-violent solution driven instead of problematic. Reminds me of Dilbert. And on the year, we have a high efficiency, a friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed, right? But this talent doesn't have like all the glamorous characteristics of the other gods and talents. Instead, they are meaningful. These are friendships, bonding, spending time with people from other social circles. That's their preference. They really don't like to mix with the stuffy, kind of stick up your ass kinds of people. Know what I'm talking about? So really be charming, be a charming friend today, or a friend with some charm. That's what I would go with. And of course, the messages of the day, I'm going with the Fae, in case you didn't know that. But our options again, we've got a seeing sister, a hearing sister, and, or a sacral, sorry. Our sacral, our emotional center, a feeling sister, feelings, right? Tuning into our feelings. So if you chose the seeing sister, ding, ding, ding. You got the singer of intuition. We've got a singer in the house, the 7. 7 is spirit. It's our higher senses. It's our subtle energies. It's Neptune, which is in its season. It's in its home. It's Pisces energy. But the singers, they sing this underlying song of the universe. They've been given a variety of names, a multitude of names, whether it's gods, divas, angels, dakinis, etc. They really don't care what we call them. They are streams of energy as long as we do call upon them. They literally would be considered the messengers of God in Christian theology, like the angels. But these singers are the messengers of unity. They receive the power of unity, the song of ecstasies, which is brought to the guardian of the gate into the world. They channel it in through their songs into these energies and powers like love, connection, courage, intuition, so on and so forth. But they're constantly streaming with us. And the singer of intuition is just that. It's our perceptiveness. It's our oracular powers, subtle energies, awareness, and trust. So this singer carries all of the information that there is. Some believe that this information is often called the Akashic Records, this great filing cabinet in the sky or library. It's where the Book of Shadows are, the Book of Life. It's our own personal library of everywhere we've ever been and all over time and space, multi-dimensions. And that we have to go there in order to get information intuitively or psychically. However, we really don't need to go anywhere. This song is sung in our bodies, our bones, our flesh, our blood, just as it is within the rest of the galactic universe. So if we, humanity, consciously heard this song in all of its fullness and all of its frequency, we would literally be overwhelmed. Our minds, our circuitry would burn out by all of that energy. But knowing that our universe is kind, it's opened the door to this melody so we can hear consciously little bits and pieces of it. So usually we have to develop a skill in actively listening for it actually, but occasionally a few of those notes and those sounds resonate so closely with our own energetic being that we become aware of it. So these involuntary experiences, we're often calling them hunches, gut senses, intuition, extended sense perception, our intuitive and psychic abilities, our gifts throughout our bodies. So we can improve this reception of the song by learning to be still and listening in a special way. Stillness through meditation, listening by asking and listening. You have to sit and listen, right? And it amplifies the song and our ability to understand and even interpret the symbols and the sigils, the meta symbols, the symbols beyond the material of our oracular, what we see in omens and themselves, but all of the elementals, whether it's a star, a planet, an omen, a portent, the movement of the stars, the cosmos, even the movement of mice. I was thinking of crickets. They're all part of this one piece, this one song. So therefore, we're all a part of this fabric of our destiny. We're all a part of them. So understanding them truly is just a matter of learning to be still, to be present, to be calm, to ask, and to listen. And as we evolve and grow, we're going to be able to hear more of this and more of this song. To our base actions and our choices, we can base them on a greater knowledge between patience and practicing. So all of these are keys to all of the subtle terrain, if you will, the subtle energies, the clairs, our clear senses, clairaudience, clear hearing, all of them really. Clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, our vision center, our third eye. Clairsentience is clear knowing, our solar plexus. Even telepathy, hearing without words, and premonitions, just knowing before, like glimpses of a probable future and unseen future. But being that the singer of intuition is on the stage and present today, this really indicates this is information. The door is open. It's always open, but it's available to us more so right now. So if we will just listen to our own inner knowing, maybe you've heard it, you still doubt it, your subtle senses. But the singer is really saying that it's time to really listen, listening to our subtle senses, our intuitions, like what are our feelings and our hunches or intuitions about a situation. So you have to ask yourself, is it desirable that we should kind of seek solitude, meditate, and practice stillness and patience? I'm going to be doing that myself. But this is a time for inward focus. It's a time to open the inner door to our intuition, which is found within ourselves. So these messages, or this one particularly, the singer is going to radiate and illuminate different insight, a special kind of unique insight to the other messages of the day as well. So that's super coagulating. Okay, so following the singer of intuition, if you chose the hearing sister, sorry, this is La Squana. She's part of the fairy guides and the guardians. These little energies, they devote their time to guiding humans to really develop our special gifts and our talents, our own natural magic, our own wizardry, really, helping us to become more than we already are, exploring our potentials and transcending those self-imposed limitations, fears, and doubts. But La Squana, the 39, this is initiating a new belief, taking an action to create a new belief, putting that belief into action. So it's like, what is a heartfelt belief that you can act upon? And then that's when the sun and the moon meet and our heart and our feelings literally merge to create the belief, knowing it's true and it resonates. But La Squana, she's a sunken treasure. She's the discovery of ourselves and adventure. Her realm, being that she is the frog queen, literally, it's extensive. It's both below and above the waters. And fairy waters are made up of human emotions. Sometimes it's beautifully clear, it's sparkling, and sometimes it's disgustingly murky, muddy, and different fairies, different beings, I should say, are attracted to different waters. So you wouldn't find or expect to find the soul shrinker or luminous doom happily splashing in the clear or sparkling waters, but you may find Nellie's the alchemist at a murky little pool, holding her nose as she's waving her clarifying wand over it. I don't have my wand, but most of the bright fairies avoid these places. But La Squana, she knows that there are treasures lost in the disasters, right? This is seeing through the mud or those abandoned pirate ships. You know, you can find treasures in the murkiest of waters. But this is a message of exploration. It's where through exploring that we can see what we really are with our warts and all. I was going to say wrinkles and all, but she'd like us to know that she doesn't have any of that, by the way. But in exploring who we are, we then discover parts of our talents, our potentials that have literally been hidden by old traumas, misunderstandings, or even by lack of opportunity. So her explorations are not limited to the realms of just emotions, but they also include the world. But she's asking us to dive deeply into new experiences, even if those experiences involve flying higher than we've ever listened before, and listening to different styles of music with open ears, trying new tastes, new flavors, look at new insights. Try them all with just the open willingness of a child, where we explore like childlike wonder. If you've ever watched little kids, they're awesome, especially with exploring new ideas. And, have you ever noticed people tend to not explore the territory that they live in, the nature in their own backyard, how they only visit special places within their own village when they're trying to entertain somebody from out of town? We've got this magic right around us, but we do the same thing with so many aspects of our lives. And then we kind of get grumpy about it. Maybe we think that life is dull and boring. But life literally is always an adventure for adventurous people. It's always boring for boring people, right? So even cleaning up a room creates interest, which I've got to clean my bed off. It's getting cold outside. I've got to start sleeping indoors, which is a tragedy. However, if life seems boring, like you're stuck in the mud, it's time that we explore the parts of the mud that we haven't really seen before. Maybe things jump out, or maybe we do something new and interesting. And, you're not bored or a boring person, right? Because boring people probably don't really listen to me. I'm a little strange. But Las Guanas, she's asking us to pay attention to our dreams, to listen to the murmur of the waters, the melody of the waters, and to note the patterns in the damp, the leaves, the harvest of the leaves, and to distance, to listen to the sounds, the high sounds of the singer of the realm, that angelic music out in the stars. But she's also suggesting water, a water ritual, a soothing bath, a hot tub, jacuzzis. If you can go to the nearest hot spring, take a dip in the sea, a pond, a mountain lake, even a mud bath, really. Anything to really help quiet down and become strong enough to explore her territory, which is the earth and the waters from the depths to the height. So it's important. As important as it is to explore the inner realms, the exploration of the outer realms is very vital as well. So really going to the places you have never been before, trying things that we have never done, maybe take a class on subjects that you really wanted to study, maybe learn a new language, light language or Italian, I don't know. Just see where that takes you. Just exploring like wide and deeply in our own world so we can develop this adventureness of our own inner spirit. So it almost goes kind of without saying that she's really recommending that we explore the realm of the fae, the other world. She may even suggest that we do kiss a metaphorical frog to test if they're a prince or a princess. Might be something to explore. I don't know. Go have an adventure. That's what I'm sensing. Exploration adventure days. Okay, and if you chose the feeling, sister. Dun, dun, dun. This is Arvel. Arvel Parrot. He's part of the helpline troop. These guys are great, by the way, but help is on the way. These are the wee folk of the Fae. They're large and small. Sometimes they assist us in our day-to-day lives. Sometimes they add a little more confusion, only in an effort to be helpful. But these fairies, these fae, they're associated with the elemental realm. So this is wood, fire, earth, metal, mineral, water, moonlight, fire, etc. All of the elemental beings. But some of them work in troops and some of them work alone. But Arvel, the 50, this is creating a boundary around our mind, being mindful of our thoughts. Are they healing us or are they destroying us? You know, thoughts can become things. And trusting our gut senses, the solar plexus, our clairaudient gifting as well. Because Arvel's communication, he's pointing to the light as a throat center, and I can see his two little light streams off the top there, whiskers kind of coming, long eyebrows, I guess. The energy of the throat center, that's communication, right? So the Fae are amazing at communicating, but not necessarily with words like we would use them. They really speak through words, of course, but they also speak through the rustling of the leaves, patterns of the clouds in the sky. They are otherworldly. Even the way flower petals fall or leaves fall. And they tickle us with these touches, almost too subtle to feel, because they're trying to get our attention. So sometimes they do speak through our dreams, whether it's a night dream, a daydream, a walking dream. But their communication is something literally like cats, if you know what I'm talking about. Part verbal, part body language, part telepathy, and part just the pure essence of the otherworldly beings, the Fae, the Contemplates, the Wetames, the genies. But Arvel is saying that we have our light in our throat center as well. So we can see kind of a semaphore each other. We each, by flashing our own light of our throat center, we do this, and we read messages on an unconscious level, which is one of the ways we literally pick up on those unspoken feelings and thoughts of each other, is through telepathy and our throat center. So he's saying, and I agree, that almost any situation can literally be improved by people by listening to each other. Listening. That listening is like, it's a full half of a great communicator, a great communication, where the other half, of course, is speaking truly, authentically, and clearly, spiritual truths. Some people use speech as a game or a test for others to see if they can puzzle out the meaning. That's kind of a Libra frequency, but this is fairly fun as long as the actual communication doesn't really matter. It doesn't get muddy. But when it does, though, it's helpful if we try for clarity at the very least, and hopefully wisdom as well. Clear communication, that's sometimes, it's hard work. I know I speak another language, but clear communication is the message here, and it's vitally important. So it's like striving for verbal brilliance and listening carefully, being articulate, and just be willing to calmly debate issues and exploring ideas and potentials with others. But it's having the openness to communicate where it will enhance what's going on around you, the success for each and everybody, and just watching for body language, incomplete sentences, unfinished thoughts, and really trying to discover the signals that are kind of being meant to get across. That makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. So with the singer of intuition, the frog queen, and Arvel the parrot, the water elementals, the song of the universe, it's like, what is your intuition communicating today? Telepathy, the fae, it's really about subtle energy in all of the surrounding areas, even in our backyards, exploring our situation to see things differently and evaluating what we believe about ourselves. Just being aware and observing, like how your relationship to yourself may change as a result of the updated belief with yourself. So it really is about examining what we believe about ourselves to be true, and to upgrade how we treat ourselves as well. And just being aware of our own personal growth, not so much as what's outside of us. Just being open-minded and learning and exploring and understanding how we have changed within ourselves and how we relate to our inner world, and bringing that relating to ourselves, our inner selves, to our outer world. So what do you believe about yourself to be true? And does it resonate with your heart? And what do you feel about it? Oftentimes, we are conditioned to place our authority outside of ourselves, being the great employee or being the great boss, whatever that looks like. But now we're exploring ways to empower ourselves and transform feelings in order to receive more, as our heart is like processing through these beliefs around our relating to our heart self. So love is always the key, right? So who do you trust the most to make a grandiose, otherworldly decision for you? You. That should be your answer. You. Mine should be me. But you may also want to have a pen and a paper in hand and make a list or two. You may literally be receiving telepathically different insights, otherworldly insights, thoughts, and feelings. This may just raise your self-promo quotient in the world and outside of it, in the physical as well as the spiritual, the otherworldly energies. So it's like, are you ready to be led, or believe in your ability to really authentically lead yourself? May feel a little awkward or challenging, problematic, seeing Dilbert again, opportunities to explore and expand on our own belief system. So one aspect your heart is working on is what we believe in relating, our beliefs about ourselves and our ego, how we lead or carry our inner authority, our self-leadership qualities. So we are being asked to honor our heart, ourselves, and the challenge comes from honoring our heart, our own needs first, while at the same time kind of validating or respecting our relationships with the others, our outer world. But just know that your heart space, your chalice, believes in you and holding the note and that frequency. And again, the throat center is online all season, really. That's our Hum channel, but we also have the Om channel, our third eye, which is our intuition and wisdom. We've got a singer online. So this is our colorful movie screen channel. And we've got the elemental fae. So fire options. We have a lot of options, actually. So hold sacred space to believe in yourself and spend the day with your intuition, the nature spirits and beings, and learn to open up to the unseen scene and just relating to our inner selves, and learn about how you are relating or not relating to your physical self. So with that, I would affirm, I am my heart's spiritual truth, and I am exploring new beliefs about my inner self that are all one and the same. It's time we frequented that same frequency, and just allowing our intuitive gifts to guide us and see if an elemental being shines through. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I will see you on the other side. I know that was a little long, maybe a little trippy, but ashe. Thanks for tuning in and putting up with me as always.